Welcome to Real Estate in Real Time. I'm your host, Woody Zimmerman, here with Mark Skabowski of RE/MAX Lakes. Welcome to the show.
Here we are. Good morning.
Yes, here we are, and here we are in September.
September, good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Nice and chilly. We're
Right.
getting steam coming off the lake. Fall is soon to be upon us, right?
Yep, we're already talking about a chili cook-off here at the radio station.
Okay.
So, and Chris Lake and I, we were just talking about this. We were trying to figure out who won last year. I think I won. I think I won with my
Roger's shaking his head.
with my plain Jane. Roger, I heard about your chili, and I don't think it'd be a winner.
If vanilla was chili, I would have vanilla chili.
That's
right.
me. I am very neutral.
No, so am I.
When it comes to chili.
So am I.
I am not a spicy food eater.
No, I'm like plain Jane chili, no
That's me.
macaroni, as few beans as possible. I just like the meat and the chili sauce. And anyway, but now that we are in September, it's time to do a market update for August.
So, we try to do at the end of every month, once all the books are closed and all that stuff, what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been a good year. Absolutely. As far as...
Surprise.
Surprise. We did not expect it with the COVID thing, especially losing March till, June, whatever that was, as far as a lot of businesses being closed.
Yeah.
Employees working from home, a lot of things going on. But fortunately for our county, we've seen pretty good sales. So for the entire county, year over year, units sold is off about 2%.
Okay.
So I'm saying, hey, we've had a great year, but units sold is down. Well, hey, idiot, if it's down, how can it be a good year? Well, the volume sold is actually up 18%. So that's a good thing for sellers, which means the average sales price is up about 20%.
Wow.
Year over year. Now, again, that's the whole county. I'm sure if I parsed into this data, there's some larger lake homes that have sold, that have skewed that number.
Okay.
That have raised the average sales price up. But in general, when you consider you lost essentially 2 months, 2.5 months, almost 3 months of the year to be in this position, pretty good for the county.
Think how good of the year would have been without COVID.
Yes.
You know.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right?
Yeah, right?
We just don't know.
For many, many, many reasons.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
So, and then looking at our standard, when we use that zip code 46580, the central part of Warsaw, only reason we use that is it can take out some of that lake stuff. It's the largest population center in our county. Actually, number sold is up 8% year over year.
Okay.
Volume sold is up 16%. Pretty
Wow.
good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, up 16%. And then the average sales price is up 7%.
Wow.
So, I think one thing that's leading to part of the reason for this rise in average sales price is the last number with that is the quantity of homes that are active year over year. It's down 6%. So, it goes back to Professor Skabowski teaching what little bit of economics I remember. I've had macro, I've had micro, advanced, all that stuff. The thing that I remember is, supply demand.
Yeah.
When there's limited supply, demand is high, price goes up.
Yeah.
So this follows along with that.
It's like seats on a plane.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, so limited supply. So the supply is actually down 6% year over year. Demand has remained strong. Prices are going to rise as people compete. Last week we talked about winning multiple offer situations. We're still seeing them. So what is that a function of? There's limited supply and high demand.
So it is still a seller's market.
It is still a seller's market, absolutely. Digging a little bit deeper into the 46580 zip code as far as, I always use that standard 3-bedroom home because that's typically what folks are looking for.
Right.
The days on market is hovering still around 30 days.
Which is amazing.
Amazing, especially with all the slowdowns in appraisals and title work and all of those things. Due to COVID, the interest rates are low. not due to COVID, but for whatever reason, interest rates are low.
Yeah.
There's a lot of refis taking place, which are really clogging up the system.
Yeah.
It's clogging, when I say clogging, the appraisers are extremely busy. They're probably having fantastic years. They're really busy. The title companies are really busy. I mean, there's limited number of seats at the table in order to close a transaction.
Right.
So it's amazing to me that we're still days on market 30 days for homes to get those transactions closed.
Because what all entails in those 30 days, everything, every inspection all the way to closing,
Right.
That generally takes like 30 days. So that means that the average house that's going up on
Right.
the market, and within a couple of days, it's sold.
Accepted offer,
Yeah.
and it's going to closing much quicker.
Right.
So, so again, that's the average for the zip code for 46580 is 45 days. So, obviously the 3-bedroom, there's a lot of them. It kind of parses the data down, but it's amazing that we're still closing them in 30 days. The average list to sale price, though, slipped a little bit. At the end of July, it was like 99.5% of list to sale price. Now it's down to 98.99, or roughly 99%.
Okay.
So bottom line, sellers, you're probably going to give 1% on the sale of your home. So if it's listed at 100, it's probably going to sell for 99.
Yeah.
That is if it's priced right.
Right. I was going to say, and you think some people are trying to take advantage of the market
Yes.
because of the, very little supply that's out there right now.
Right.
People are overpricing their homes.
And I think we're starting to see that. And I would predict, just looking at the market every day, looking at homes that are out there every day. I showed one this week that had been on the market 47 days. That's unusual, right? And it's probably because it's overpriced.
Yeah.
So, after the break, we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about what's going on, what we think is happening,
Okay.
and some tips for sellers.
Okay, sounds good. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. You're listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Welcome back. I'm Woody, and this is Mark Skabowski of RE/MAX Lakes. And just walk through a market update, and it's just another great year.
It's another great year, and you and I have talked about this. If you go back and listen to old shows, well, we can't do this again. We can't do this again.
Right.
And I tell you, it's fantastic. And I was watching, typically in the morning I get up, flip the TV on, and I've got Business Channel on.
Yeah.
And there was an analyst on there talking about the fact that a lot of businesses are doing really well during COVID. This COVID, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
A lot of businesses are struggling, during this, and you don't want to discount that. I mean, we're here cheery. Hey, the market's great. And we realize there are people that are suffering through this whole thing.
Right.
But the real estate market is kind of leading the economic uptick. And it was not expected by anybody. If somebody tells you they predicted the market was going to jump
No way.
due to COVID or due to the pandemic, I'd say I'm going to call that that's not correct.
Right.
You're telling a fib at that point. So nobody could have predicted it, that the real estate market would be this strong. But all good things must come to an end.
Okay.
Is it now? I don't know. I don't have that crystal ball. I wish I did, but I don't. But we do have some indicators. To start to see that list to sale price slide down a little bit to 99%. Back in the day it was 3% off, so it was 97%.
Right.
Back when we had a normal market,
Yeah.
it was what we considered normal was about 3% off, list price, 3 to 5 maybe at the most.
Okay.
So we're still at 1%. So is that an indicator? Well, I don't know. But I think, as you mentioned in the last, before we took the break, I think sellers who are trying to take advantage of the market need to get real. And the days on market, while it's still low, is starting to creep up. That list to sale price is starting to drop. So, if you really want to get your house sold, still price is key. That's the number one tip for any seller that I could ever give, is pricing it right makes all the sense in the world. It makes all the difference in the world as far as if you're going to have the opportunity to sell your home.
And I've asked you this several times, but for me, as you look at the market, it's a seller's market. Prices are, have increased year over year.
Right.
And I just think, why aren't builders out there just building like crazy. But the thing is that it's materials.
Materials, whether it's due to COVID or not, or whether it's due to supply demand. I think I mentioned a week or so ago, NAR has predicted that the overall cost of materials for a standard home has increased 14,000 year over year.
Mm-hmm.
So what's that mean for a builder? If the price has gone up 14,000, there's profit in there for them,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they may. I don't know if it's add $5,000 or whatever. But if you increase the price of that home by $20,000, if you can get materials,
Yeah.
I talk to tradespeople all the time. They're still on a wait list to get stuff for womanized lumber to build decks.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no supplies available to build new.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the perfect storm in a bad way.
Yeah,
that
right.
There's no material, prices are rising, and there's high demand.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you go if you
Right.
can't buy an existing? You're not going to get anything constructed any newer. Add to it labor costs,
Mm-hmm.
right? Shortage of employees for
Yeah.
labor, because everybody pushed, you got to go to school, There's fewer people in the trades.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably time to get back and get those trades folks
Right.
back in the game.
Because they do make good money.
That you can make good money,
Yeah.
in the trades.
So yeah. Well, we don't know what 2021 is going to be.
Don't have a clue.
We have no idea. But amazing that the market continues to be hot. But
Yeah.
we should get to tips for selling.
Sure. So that number one, price it right,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Number two, always be ready to show. If you get a request for a showing, unless you have a birthday party or something, that's really out there that you just can't accommodate a showing, be ready to show your house. Accept those showings. If buyers can't get in and look at it, you're not going to sell it.
Right.
Number three, first impression's the only impression.
Mm-hmm.
That curb appeal, when people pull up to your house, does it look inviting, look appealing? Is it trashed on the inside, or your picture's trashed?
Mm-hmm.
In the MLS, to where people aren't going to want to come and see because it's a disaster area. Light it up, have the lights on. Light and airy feels good. It's when you walk into a dark house,
Yeah.
people they're just turned off by that.
Sure.
Bottom line, don't over upgrade. When you're getting ready to sell, don't go do a major improvement because you're probably not going to see that money come back to you.
Well, they say kitchens and baths you get the most money out of.
Kitchens and baths, you can do a little spruce up, but the key piece, just take care of your landscaping, keep the grass mowed, keep it clean, neat and orderly, declutter, and you'll be in good position to get your house sold. I know we just ran through pretty quickly on those selling tips, but that's the bottom line. Think about, from a buyer's perspective, is this a place that would be welcoming to me? Can I see me and my family in this place?
Yeah, that's what I do. I picture like me and my family walking
Right.
through the front door together. If I can see that,
Right.
then it might be a house for us.
Yeah, it could be the one.
All right, your contact information.
Sure. The website's lakes-realtors.com. Phone number's 574-834-1233. You can check us out on YouTube. We do upload this every week. So
Okay.
take a look.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much there, Mark. And you've been listening to Real Estate in Real Time. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.